Hi, I'm John Gilmartin, a general manager at VMware in our cloud platform business unit, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the 5th annual Women Who Code Connect India Conference 2021. We're super excited to be sponsoring this conference, and I think it's fantastic that we have participants not just from India, but across several other countries like Japan, Manila, Singapore, and more. VMware is a founder-level sponsor for Women Who Code in 6 chapters across the globe, and our partnership with Women Who Code has lasted more than 5 years. I think it's a fantastic partnership, and it's one I expect to last many more. As you'd expect, VMware has a technology-oriented vision and mission in the marketplace, really rooted in helping our customers modernize their applications in a multi-cloud world. But like any technology company, our most important assets are our people and our culture. That means we need to find the best people and provide them an environment to help them succeed. That means diversity, having a range of backgrounds, experiences, viewpoints that bring fresh insight and new ideas, including ensuring that women are well represented across the company, across engineering, marketing, leadership, and more. That means inclusion, ensuring a culture where everyone is comfortable bringing their full selves to work and feel confident and safe to bring their ideas forward, including ideas that challenge the status quo. Now, I personally have been part of our internal diversity and inclusion efforts at VMware, spending a number of years on what we call our VM Inclusion Council. And during those years on the council, I learned a lot about the barriers that many women face in the technology industry. We analyzed many of those barriers. We looked at what are the kind of programs we need to address them, things like mentorship, sponsorship, recruiting programs, and more. And I'm proud of the progress we've made, but know that there's much more that we need to go do. And as part of our effort, Women in Code is also our partner for VM Inclusion Tara, which is a program designed to help women in India return back to a career in technology after a break. Currently, we have over 11,800 women registered and more than 900 organizations beyond VMware hiring from this pool. Women take career breaks for a variety of reasons, often rooted in family. So it's really great that we have this program to help bring these talented women and all their contributions back into the workforce. And I know VMware, for one, has really benefited from this program. So to close, it's a fantastic organization and partnership between VMware and Women Who Code. This is a fantastic event and conference, and I'd like to welcome you once more and thank you for attending.
Thank you. That was John Gilmartin, Senior VP, VMware. Let me go back. Yes. So now I'll hand it over to my co-host, Sai Sandhya, who will take us to the next piece of paper.
Thank you, Kanika. A vibrant morning to all of you. Welcome to the 5th annual conference of Women Who Code India 2021, sponsored by VMware. So our theme for this year is building resilience into career. Building resilience to career is as important as breathing oxygen. Earlier, we just had 3 basic needs: food, clothing, and shelter. Now, let's increment the count and add masks to the basic needs. I take the privilege to introduce our Women Who Code global team to all of you. Aliana Percival is the Chief Executive Officer of Women Who Code, a global non-profit organization dedicated to inspiring women to excel in technology careers. Under her leadership, Women Who Code has grown to serve more than 167,000 women in 20 countries and 60 cities all over the globe. This thriving movement offers more than 1,700 free technical and leadership events per year. In addition to her role at Women Who Code, she's also an accomplished tech speaker appearing in WSJD Live, Code Motion Milan, Grace Hopper, Columbia University's Social Expertise, MIT's Venture Capital and Innovation Conference, and whatnot, many more. She has been interviewed by Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Wired, and other publications across the globe to share her expertise and best practices for increasing diversity in tech. Now, Joey Rosenberg. Joey Rosenberg is the Chief Product Officer for Women Who Code, a global nonprofit organization that has grown to become the world's largest and the most active community dedicated to inspiring women to excel in career technologies. She also leads Women Who Code program, oversees local network operations for more than 70 volunteered cities in 20 countries. She is the visionary behind Women Who Code innovations like deep learning technical track committees, and she's also a role model for developing technical leaders and the Women Who Code Fellowship Program. So having said this, I hand over to Eliana. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Sandhya. Thanks for that wonderful piece of speaker profile on this. And let me now play the video from Eliana and Joey on the same.
I'm Elena Percival, CEO and co-founder of Women Who Code. I'm thrilled for the opportunity to welcome you here today to celebrate 10 years of Women Who Code. 10 years of community supporting us to have stronger representation of diverse women in technology and leadership. Women Who Code started off as a small community of technologists in San Francisco back in 2011. We would meet, learn, build a sense of belonging and connections, and all of this resulted in engineering projects, career opportunities, and friendships. If you are wondering if you belong here, you do. I love this slide because the titles are actually from Connect attendees. And it's also inspiring because Catherine, who is a speaker at our conference in San Francisco, she met with one of our founding sponsors, Capital One, and ended up accepting a role with them as a senior technology director. Women Who Code's mission is to inspire women to excel in technology careers. This resonates with me deeply because there's never a point in your career, no matter how senior you are, that you stop needing support and community. In 2013, we formed the nonprofit that has become this global NGO because we firmly believe that people all over the world deserve to have access to this powerful community. Since then, we have grown to serve members in 134 countries. This growth took place in two phases. First, when we imagined it, we created the nonprofit. And then when we reimagined it last year due to the impact of COVID. One thing that has really struck me about this single event is that we have people from 88 countries represented. People from 88 countries united in the belief that tech is better with diverse women in it. We have a networking space, and I hope you'll take the opportunity to connect. It's actually one of my favorite things to do, and I hope we get a chance to meet. Our vision is of a world where diverse women are better represented as engineers and leaders in technology. Some of the ways you can engage in our mission and vision include our rich on-demand content available via our YouTube channel. It's constantly being updated with helpful talks and information. You can also join one of our 6 deep learning technical communities. We have an average of 5 free technical events every single day. So keep the momentum from this conference going by developing your skills and continuing to build your connections. I read an article yesterday that 26% of people are planning to change jobs after the pandemic. Your time is now. We have hundreds of companies with technical roles on our job board and great companies that are here today who are interested in connecting with you. I'd like to take a step back and reimagine impact. We're all here today investing in ourselves, but what does that mean at scale? Diverse women make up approximately 6.3 million technologists globally. So imagine, if by being a member of Women Who Code, investing in yourself, you end up receiving a $3,500 pay increase. That would make our annual market impact $1 billion. And our potential market impact is $22 billion. So I encourage you, make space for yourself to become 1 in 6 million, to generate that $22 billion of wealth for women and their families globally. I have some amazing people to acknowledge. This is Team Teal. We are a dedicated team whose diverse lived experiences reflect the communities we serve. And we have the honor of working towards this incredible mission every single day. I also want to introduce you to 3 people. Sasha, who started Women Who Code's meetup group back in 2011, and Zasmine, Michelle, and I, who envisioned the nonprofit that exists today. The collective work has become a global movement that hundreds of volunteers, members of Team Teal, advisors, and board members have helped shape and grow. So with that, I'm excited to announce Women Who Code has grown to serve 290,000 members globally. We would never have expanded this quickly without the volunteers who are both building and part of this community. I encourage you to connect with them and become one. So let's reimagine together. We know the tech industry is one of the most exciting high-growth industries that is shaping the future. You belong here. We need and want you to thrive. And together, we will rise. Now, it's my great honor to welcome Shauna Gregory, Chief Program Officer. Welcome, Shauna.
Thank you so much, Elena, for addressing the impact and scale of Women Who Code at a global level. Hello, everyone. My name is Shauna Gregory, and I am the Chief Program Officer at Women Who Code. And it is my honor to welcome you to Connect India. Last year was the 4th annual Connect India, but it was hosted virtually for the very first time. In case you missed it, I would like to recall some of my highlights from last year. I learned that Seema Nagar shared that she has over 100 patents and is considered a master inventor. 5 Women Who Code directors across India joined a panel on community, and we had a truly inspiring conversation from senior women in leadership. The sessions this year are exciting and innovative, just as they have been in the past. And I want to extend a huge thank you to all of our past and present speakers. I hope you enjoyed today's sessions. Connect India is made possible thanks to VMware. VMware has been a supporter of Women Who Code for many years and is a founding sponsor. The organization has supported our community, hosted this event in person for 3 years, and virtually for the last 2. We're so happy to work with them through important initiatives like Connect, and want to say thank you to the team for the years of support. One of the initiatives we work on jointly is VM Inclusion Tara. We're dedicated to helping women who are out of the workforce rejoin tech by providing skills training needed to stay relevant in the industry. Over 11,000 women have enrolled in this program, and at least 1,500 have re-entered the workforce. Our goal is to reach even more at 15,000. VM Inclusion Tara fits wonderfully with our mission to inspire women to excel in technology careers. It also resonates deeply with the theme of this conference today, building resilience in your career. To learn more about this amazing program and to ask questions live, I encourage you to visit Sita at the VM Inclusion Tara session. Elena has mentioned that we are celebrating 10 years of Women Who Code around the world. I wanted to hone in on a few of our communities in India and celebrate their success. Today, there are 6 cities with Women Who Code networks in India, and collectively they have reached 15,000 members, which is a huge milestone we're celebrating today. The pandemic has encouraged these communities to collaborate even more. And in each city, there are teams of volunteers who are dedicating their time to support other women growing in their careers. I wanted to especially thank this team in Women Who Code Bangalore that are responsible for coordinating much of Connect India every single year. I would like to thank each and every one of them for their work on this event and the work that they do daily within their community. please extend a congratulations to the team for executing such an amazing conference, and be sure to thank them if you get a chance to meet and networking. So even beyond the scope of this event, the team has worked across countries in India to expand technical knowledge. So they have led a community coach initiative to spread awareness about virtualization and cloud computing in Taipei, and they are about to do the very same thing with our Women Who Code Tokyo network. Elsewhere in India, our leaders in Chennai are planning to host a very exciting cloud series and have extended the invitation to anyone who'd like to join. I would like to announce that Husseina Begum is joining the Pune team as a director in the coming months. Please say congratulations to Husseina in the chat. She's currently coordinating a very exciting security series as well that is open to the public. We know that Women Who Code has made an impact on the lives of many people around the world, and I would like to invite you to hear from one. So Archana is one of our leadership fellows at Women Who Code, and I've asked her to speak about her experience starting her career with Women Who Code in Chennai.
Hi everyone, I'm Archana. I'm currently the Women Who Code Leadership Fellow. I help to co-lead both the Python and the cloud technical tracks at Women Who Code. And as a day job, I work as an AI engineer at Continental Singapore. So most of my work involves using deep learning techniques and also data engineering for automotive technologies. And my journey in deep learning started way back in 2017 in Chennai, India. I, like many others in my field, had learned machine learning through courses and use cases at work. At the start of my career, I used to attend most meetups at Women Who Code Chennai to just, listen to technical talks and expand my network and have a place to meet like-minded people, and which eventually led to me making good friends. But I never imagined it would mean more than that. Only right now, after 3 years into my career, I realize I need support and that encouragement being a woman in engineering. That is exactly what the community provides you. An inspiration and guidance for the next step in your career. I really want to thank this community and the entire Women Who Code team for driving our mission across the world to inspire women to excel in their technology careers. The community we are in causes a ripple effect, pushing for greater diversity and inclusion in the tech space. So all of us here deserve a huge applaud her for making a difference and rewriting the history in this field of engineering and technology.
Thank you, Archana, for sharing your story of career success. You've been such an inspiration to everyone that you've had a chance to work with. I want to extend and applaud her back to you for accepting a position to continue your work with us as a senior leadership fellow. Please give Archana a huge applaud her in the chat, and thank you again for sharing your story. I would love to invite Joey Rosenberg, Chief Product Officer, to join us on stage. Joey is going to share her knowledge and her wisdom and experience around building resilience in your career, and I'm very excited to hear from her. So please welcome Joey Rosenberg.
Thank you, Shauna, for that introduction, and hello, Women Who Code. It is an absolute honor to be here with you today at Connect India. The magic of this developer conference is our community. Whether we're in person or online, I'm always inspired by the way we come together to explore tech, to make meaningful connections, to share knowledge and expertise, and consider how we can reimagine our world and improve our industry. This is the power of community. We are in a special moment in our history where we get to reimagine everything and consider how we can be resilient for the future ahead. Today, I'm excited to share some of the ways that we are preparing our community to be future fit here at Women Who Code and helping technologists build staying power in the industry. Before I get into these opportunities though, I wanted to take just a moment and share some of my own thoughts about career resiliency. When we talk about career paths, we often describe them as a straight line, something that has a beginning, a few steps along the way, and something with a grand finale. Well, I like to think of them more as a grand adventure, something to be explored, something to really go after. You might spend some time over here, hop over here for a little bit, spend some time over there. Maybe you'll go somewhere that you never dreamt you could go, or maybe you'll try something that you've never even heard of before to find out if you like it. And when you find a good fit, it starts to feel like home. Along the way, I've learned some important lessons. Number one, find thought partners. Thought partners are people who can really stretch your thinking. None of us can be experts at everything, and we all have different perspectives and experiences that make us uniquely us. So find thought partners who are willing to share that with you. I always know that I've found a thought partner when we start to work on something and the end outcome is different than either of us had imagined, especially if we started with really different perspectives. Usually that's because we've unpacked it, we really listened to each other, and we built something that neither of us could have done alone. One of the thought partners I've met along my journey is Samaria Rooks. She is the Chief People and Inclusion Officer here at Women Who Code, and she's here with us today to share a few pro tips on building career resiliency. Please help me welcome Samaria to the stage.
Thank you so much, Joey. Hello, and welcome to Connect India. We are so excited that you decided to join us today. Again, I am Samaria Rooks. I am the Chief People and Inclusion Officer here at Women Who Code. When I think about career resiliency in the HR world, I think about 6 main points. First, being control. Learning to distinguish between what you can control and what you can't. For example, you can't control how others act or behave, but you can control your actions and how you behave towards others. Focusing on what you can control will help you to ultimately develop your career and career resiliency. Then I think about feedback. Seeking feedback and learn how to receive it, seeking advice on what you can improve on, gaining an understanding of situations and your role in it and another person's perspective of how you are being perceived is a valuable way to learn and grow. Networking, what you're doing right now. Networking will help you to stay informed about jobs and opportunities and interact with like-minded individuals you can essentially learn and grow with. Staying positive. This is something that we tend to put in the back of our heads like, oh, I have a positive mindset, but really embodying that and staying positive, keeping a positive attitude, trying to keep a log of positive things that happen in your career. And when you're not feeling so positive, going back and read them. The next one is practicing self-care. This is something I cannot reiterate enough. We have to practice taking care of ourselves. Give yourself time for regular exercise, quality sleep, socializing, leisure activities. These activities are necessary for you to recharge. So please, please take care of you. And then last, but certainly not least, focus on the why. Create a plan detailing to yourself where you see yourself in 2 years, where you see yourself in 5, where you see yourself in 10, what you want to achieve. When you face setbacks, remember why you chose this path and accept that you will experience challenges during this journey, but ultimately it doesn't have to be the end. It can be the setup for a new beginning. So recapping, control, feedback, networking, staying positive, practicing self-care, and focus on the why. And all of these things together will help you to build a resilient career, and we'll continue to see you at these events. We are so excited that you have decided to join us, and welcome to Connect India. Have a great time. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Samaria, for sharing your advice with us. Right now, many of us can use a boost. In fact, 1 in 7 people around the world are actively trying to move into a new industry. And that is tough work. They are seeking opportunities that are flexible and considered future-proof, like tech. Many of you here today are probably considering a career move or know someone who is. In fact, by this time next year, some estimate that as many as half of all workers will have changed jobs around the world. This is why today I am thrilled to announce that Women Who Code is launching a new track, Women Who Code Career Nav. Career Nav will make tech more accessible and demystify what it means to transition into this industry, to build career resiliency and level up. It brings proven Women Who Code resources together to help you focus on your career in one place. Things like our job board, career newsletter, pro tips, and community events so that you can connect when you need it. As always, we'll be listening along the way to our community to make sure that we're including the resources that are the most valuable to you. At Women Who Code, we are also reimagining leadership. Women Who Code has always been about inspiring diverse technologists to excel in their careers. Today, women are being left behind and marginalized communities around the world are being disproportionately impacted. When diverse women are at the top of their organizations, it's more likely that their companies will reflect this diversity overall and that bias will be identified and reduced from internal practices and hiring and in the products that you use every day. Right now, that gap is widening. About a third of women feel stalled in their career and are thinking about leaving tech within the year. About half will actually leave by mid-career. Many of you, about 30%, are often the only woman in the room when surrounded by your technical peers. That feeling is exacerbated by intersectionality. At Women Who Code, we believe in making space for diverse voices. We believe that when you are part of a community in spaces like Connect, you can actually feel just how much you belong in this industry. We are committed to making sure that diverse women have access to the tools, resources, and network that can help them move up the ladder and into positions of power and influence that can shape their companies and our industry. We also know that a key rung on the leadership ladder continues to be ignored. While some gains have been made at the highest levels, we continue to see significant drop-off in representation of diverse people in the move up from individual contributor to the first level of leadership. Today, we're announcing key steps that can change this. First, I'm thrilled to announce the Women Who Code Leadership Accelerator. This is a cohort series that will bring community members together to expand their leadership practice around 8 key leadership mindsets designed specifically for technologists. Thanks to generous support from partners like VMware, this program opportunity will be made available to Women Who Code leaders around the world. Thanks to generous support from partners like VMware, this program opportunity will be made to Women Who Code leaders around the world. We're also excited to extend an opportunity to help you own your story. We're reaching out to the community through resources like the Code Review and our social media channels to find out about your experiences and amplify your voice. One of the things that I believe make a true leader is living authentically, and we want to give you a platform to do that. At Connect Reimagine in June, Women Who Code's Chief Legal Officer and Brand Strategist, Kim Bennett, spoke about the power of bringing your authentic experiences and self forward in your career. I'd like to play an excerpt from her talk, Very Valuable Lessons forward here today. Please help me welcome Women Who Code Chief Legal Officer and Brand Strategist, Kim Bennett.
I'm Kimberly Bennett, Chief Legal Officer and Brand Strategist here at Women Who Code. While we are still virtual, it doesn't take away from the level of connection that we have from being in a place where we can be in various time zones in different cities, different countries, different continents, and still enjoy the same content, reflect on the same conversations, and really experience the change that we're all going to have. This past year has been a year, right? It's brought me to meet new people like you, and it's brought me back in connection with people maybe I haven't seen in a while, and we were able to do that on a virtual platform like this. And that was all because of the biggest thing that happened in the last 100 years, which was a pandemic. And so as we reflect on where we're going, I just want to take a moment right now. I want to reflect on where we came from in the past year and even before that. Because 2020 was a year, and that pandemic definitely took us off the course that many of us had planned, whether that was a business, whether that was professional, or even our personal life. The pandemic had its ebbs and flows, and in fact, it's still happening. And we're experiencing it right now in this very moment. And so as vaccines are starting to pick up, we know as a world, this is still something we are experiencing and hoping to get through together as fast as possible. And that meant because of the pandemic, we had to change how we operated. It was Zoom everything, right? We were Zooming.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, there's some glitch in the video. So I think that those were the inspirational keynotes from our Women Who Code leaders, Alina, Joey, which you heard here on the YouTube link, which we played just now. It was inspirational. At least for me, I am charged up. And being a Women Who Code leader, I'm thrilled to be part of this platform. Really looking forward to many more such events. Over to Sandhya for the next event. Thank you.